The local pairings for the 2014 Big Ten ACC Challenge have been announced. The annual college basketball event will begin on December 1st and continue through December 3rd. Illinois travels to Miami on December 2nd, while Northwestern will host Georgia Tech, with Notre Dame welcoming Michigan State on December 3rd. In last season's challenge, all three teams lost on the road. The Illini blew a second-half lead against Georgia Tech. The Wildcats were dominated by North Carolina State, while the Fighting Irish lost to Iowa. Last season was Notre Dame's first appearance in the challenge. As for Northwestern and Illinois, they were combined 13-17 all-time in this event. The NFL Draft could be extended to 4 days beginning in 2015. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell told the NFL Network Friday that the league's thinking about stretching the draft by an extra day. The event's current 3-day format began in 2010. The first round takes place on Thursday nights, with the second and third rounds on Friday nights, while the remaining 4 rounds are decided on Saturday afternoon. This year's draft will take place Thursday, May 8th through Saturday, May 10th at New York's Radio City Music Hall. Before the format changed, the draft was crammed into a 2-day period on Saturdays and Sundays. In past years, the draft would take place in April, but this year's draft was moved to May due to scheduling conflicts with Radio City. Commissioner Goodell says that because of the scheduling issues, the league's also considering a venue change for future drafts. Gabe Salgado, Rivet. Aaron Hernandez is in more trouble again. The former New England Patriot was indicted on assault charges Thursday, stemming from a prison fight in February. He's also facing charges for threatening a corrections officer in November. Hernandez is being held in a Massachusetts prison since being charged with first-degree murder last summer. He's accused of killing Odin Lloyd, who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. The Patriots released Hernandez after he was arrested in June. In addition to his prison offenses, the former tight end is also a suspect in shootings in Boston and Gainesville, Florida. He hasn't been charged in either of those cases. The Los Angeles Lakers are seeking a new head coach, and here's who's on their short list. The Lakers are seeking permission to speak to Tom Thibodeau, who's won over 200 games as the head coach of the Chicago Bulls. He's also guided the franchise to 4 straight playoff appearances and 2 division championships. John Calipari is one of college basketball's most accomplished coaches, as he's led Massachusetts, Memphis, and Kentucky to a combined 5 Final Fours. He also coached the Nets in the mid-90s. Kevin Ollie was an NBA player for 15 years before taking over at the University of Connecticut and leading them to a national championship in April. The Lakers have been aggressive in their search since Mike D'Antoni resigned Wednesday. The Lakers lost 87 games in 2 seasons on D'Antoni's watch. Friday night is do or die for 3 teams in the NBA playoffs. The Brooklyn Nets look to keep their season alive against the Toronto Raptors as they trail 3-2 in that series. The last 4 games between these teams have been decided by 8 points or less. Nets guard Joe Johnson has scored 20 or more points 3 times so far, and the Nets are 2-1 in those games. The Raptors are led by point guard Kyle Lowry, who's made 33 field goals in the series and has scored 58 points in the last 2 games combined. Brooklyn will need another big game from Johnson, plus a solid defensive effort on Lowry to force a Game 7. The Dallas Mavericks are also on the brink of elimination as the San Antonio Spurs hold a 3-2 lead in that series. Defense has been the story with these 2 teams, as the average margin of victory in this series is only 4 points. The Mavs will need to push that margin a little higher to fight another day. And on the West Coast, the Portland Trail Blazers look to send the Houston Rockets packing as they hold a 3-2 series lead. Defense is something that's sorely lacking in this matchup, as both franchises have combined for 1,145 total points. Portland forward LaMarcus Aldridge and Houston center Dwight Howard are both averaging 25 points a game. If the Blazers are to advance in the next round, they need to step up their defensive pressure. If the Rockets are to stay alive, they need to contain Aldridge and limit his point total. Gabe Salgado, Rivet.